What's up everybody, my name's Kyle and welcome to the LRT Outpost. Now if you're new to the channel, I just have a bunch of projects and hobbies and y'all just get to hang out and see what I'm doing. So recently we've been working on our razor builds. This is our 2020 Pro XP. We're going to take a trip to West Virginia to go ride the Hatfield McCoy Trails. Super excited. So I'm trying to make sure everything's good to go. And if you've been following along with the Pro XP build, then you'll know that I've been trying to track down this annoying noise that I keep experiencing. It is so frustrating. I've checked clutch, wheel bearings, looked over the machine really well. I can't figure out anything else. But I did forget about the carrier bearing. And one of you guys reminded me. So shout out Tim Rose, I believe is the username. I appreciate you because I had actually forgot about that. So we're going to check that. The problem is on these, you have to drop it from the bottom, which means you got to remove the skid plate. So all these bolts, they got to come out. This whole big old section here. Fingers crossed we don't strip off any bolt heads or anything, and hopefully not have 1,000 pounds of dust and dirt and fall into my face while we're doing this. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so that is our carrier bearing right here. I mean, doesn't feel like there's a ton of play. Alright, well, I guess I'm just gonna jack up the rear and try to turn it and see if I hear it kind of squeaking or anything. Doesn't look like it's got a lot of play in it, but we'll see. See, all that movement is right here in this slip yoke. I really don't think that's my problem. All right, so I really don't think the carrier bearing is our problem here. I feel like I would have heard it just then, and there seems to be no play in it at all. So we're just going to button all that back up. I don't know what else to check from here. I guess I could check the turbo bearing. Honestly, don't think that's what it is either, just because I feel like I'd hear it all the time and not just kind of like situationally. I feel like I really mainly hear it when I'm trying to like power slide it. So like hard turning under pretty good amount of throttle. Whoa, what is that? But I can't make it do it consistently. So I don't know what that's about. I mean, if y'all can think of anything that I should check, please put that down in the comments. I am serious. I don't know what the hell it is. So We'll figure it out eventually. We're just gonna send her anyways. That investigation will continue, but we're gonna move on to other things. So these doors need some attention. This passenger door, for whatever reason, doesn't line up. It hits right there. I could have done that. I put in these really nice PRP door bags, and they actually insert behind the door skin here. So you have to like take the door skin out. They're super nice. Like, I really like them. I'll do a tag to that video. Now, if you get a Pro XP, like a Sport, I'm not sure about the Premium, but I know the Sport, this is wide open right here. You do not get this black insert. So it's just wide open to the cab. With the Ultimate, you get that filled in, this door panel that comes with it. But you still get this huge gap here. And there's huge gaps here. It's not really, still not really much of a door, you know. When we go to West Virginia coming up, it is gonna rain, unfortunately. And it's gonna be a little cold. Not super cold, like 50, lower 40s, like 50 degrees. So it's not like terrible, but if it's misting and raining all day, it can get super annoying. So I'm gonna kind of do like a makeshift enclosure. This area right here needs some attention. So we're gonna figure out something there. I wanted to get an enclosure for this eventually. Now the hard Polaris enclosure, the OEM one, looks awesome on these, but I think they discontinued them, so they're kind of hard to get, and they're super expensive, like several $1,000s, and I don't want to do all that. I actually just like what I got going on right now with the front glass windshield, poly rear windshield, and just figuring out my door situation, and then doing like some soft upper doors. Seen some cheap ones on Amazon and stuff, so I just thought, just for the hell of it, let's just see how it looks and how it does, and kind of get an idea even if I like it or not. And I actually stumbled across some on Vevor for whatever reason. If you're not familiar with Vevor, it's kind of like Temu Harbor Freight, I guess. That's the best way I know to kind of explain it. And they were super cheap. They were like 50 bucks, and they looked better than the other ones that I saw on Amazon and stuff. So we're just going to try them out and see how they do. And then if I like them, then probably what we'll do is go ahead and shuck out the money to have some custom made ones that are soft that I can remove. We'll fuss with that in a minute. Right now, let's get to these doors. There we go. It is a tight fit. But actually, I ended up having to just take my Dremel and just kind of very gently notching it out a little bit. I tried fussing with all these, loosening this up and trying to shift the door panels around. That helped a little bit, but it was still getting hung up. There's really no adjustments for the upper or lower doors really, because it still has to line up with your latch pin here. So I tried fussing with that, and then the door wasn't closing all the way like it was supposed to this way. So had to do a bit of a back and forth to figure it out. So now I'm not going to be able to close them all the way in. Like up here, I probably won't be able to do anything about. But I think I can fix this with some leftover trim for my rear glass. Just had it laying around. So I think I can just wedge it in there, and that'll take care of most of it. All right, that worked out really well. Fortunately, I can't go any further because when the door opens, it'll catch right here just like it was on the door itself. Because it gets real tight when you go to open the door here, so I have to leave this gap for that. But I was able to close in, say, probably, 90% of it at least. So that's pretty good. That worked out well. Actually, a lot better than what I thought it was going to. So now we're going to tackle this huge gap here. Went to our friends over at Super ATV and got these lower door inserts. It's actually metal, so pretty happy about that. So that'll fill that gap in. All right, that turned out pretty good. Now we got the door sealed. It's about as good as I can get it, I believe. It did rub initially on my tree kicker here, and I was a little worried that I wasn't going to be able to use them, but with that metal being thin like that, all I did was have to just kind of pick up on it and pull real hard, and it kind of bent just a little bit, and I gave myself just enough clearance to close. This was a good workaround for now, at least. Like I said, they'll probably ride like this for a good little while, so this will get me by until I can get the full steel doors like I want to. Now, before we try to put our little cheapo upper doors to finish our little makeshift enclosure here, I want to do something with these decals. I don't really like the big RZR decal on the door, and I don't really like the little Polaris decal down at the bottom there. I just think it's a little much. It's just not my style, so we're just going to strip those off there. Man, that looks so much cleaner. Pretty happy with the way that's turned out. So we're gonna knock out the other side, and my buddy Taylor's gonna come. We're gonna go ahead and get some of the units loaded up for our West Virginia trip. See if I can't con him into helping me slap on this enclosure. All right, so it took us a little while to get the enclosure on last night, as y'all could tell. It was getting a little dark on us, but it wasn't really like complicated or difficult or anything. But you had to like strap it up, move it a little bit, see how it fit, and just kind of make minor adjustments here and there. But overall, pretty satisfied. Fits pretty good, pretty snug. I got this off of Vevor. Just super random, saw it. I was like, hey, 50 bucks, why not? Give it a shot. And I've seen other ones, but I like the shape of this one better than the other ones that I've seen. Overall, fairly impressed. Works really well with my rear windshield. You do have to unzip the windows every single time you want to get in and out though. That is annoying, but again, 50 bucks. What can you say? Pretty nice. Then me and Taylor did take a little ride down the road. It is much louder inside the cabin, but you know, whatever. Blocks a lot of the wind. It's very nice. So I think in really cold days, I think this is the ticket. At least for now. Maybe I can get, like I said, a nicer one from like one of these companies that will custom make you an enclosure. Maybe I'll get like a nice one from them or something. But yeah, that worked out pretty good. So we are out in West Virginia and we are going to get some riding done, but that is going to do it for this video. So if you want to catch our ride videos, make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe for me. Appreciate you guys taking time to watch any of my videos. I want to catch you guys in the next one.